It's Cirque, and welcome to what will likely be, if everything goes according to plans, our last day of the 12 days of Yulemas. Today's is going to be a witchy mystery box from all the star things on Etsy, which I will have linked in the description. And I showed the inside of the box in the preview, but I decided that before I start the actual unboxing, I just want to show off all the cute stickers that are on the outside since I didn't already. So I blocked off my address and I'm trying to cover up the UPS shipping stuff as well so that neither I or the vendor will get doxxed. But on the shipping label itself, there's this cute little cat tarot deck sticker, and then some suns and moons, some witchy tea, a cat that says magic mail, and then a moon and some other symbols. And I thought those were adorable. I don't know if stickers are going to be in this, but if they are, I hope that there's more of those because I can definitely think of lots of fun ways I can use stickers like that in like art projects and just putting on my electronic devices and stuff. But without further ado, let's see what's actually in our box. And right on top, it's not packaged, so we'll start with this. We have a beautiful peacock feather. This is a lot different than what I imagined peacock feathers will look like, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And it has the beautiful eye pattern on the top. I'm not sure if peacock feathers can be used in any spell work, but even if they can't, this will definitely make a beautiful little decoration for my altar. And then let's see what should we do next. Oh, we have a cute little box, and ooh, it says we have some Samhain candles, and then there's some kitties surrounded in moons on it. I'm assuming that's probably all the star things symbol since these are made by them. And opening the box, take a closer look. Oh, those are super cute. Okay, I'm actually gonna move this box to the side so we have more space. But we have two little tea light candles that look like they have white wax on the underside, but the top is absolutely covered in silver and black glitter, which is gorgeous. And then on one of them, we have a bone, which I think is acrylic, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm going to give them a quick sniff. I'm assuming that they're not scented, but you never know. Okay, yeah, I'm not picking anything up, so I'm guessing that these are just like little tea light candles that you can light for decoration. They're not really meant to smell like anything, but they are gorgeous. So we're going to set those over here to the side. And then I could also see this little bag of little jars of herbs, which that's always a fun time in any kind of witchy box. I know that I'm always very excited for the herb bottles in our witchy advent calendars every year. So our first bottle of herbs is hibiscus, which it says the word image on them. So I'm assuming that there was supposed to be an image there, but they forgot to put it on the label. But either way, so we have some hibiscus, and I'm just gonna sniff that quick because I know that tea with hibiscus in it smells delicious. So I'm assuming these herbs will smell delicious as well. Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting, but yeah, that is a beautiful kind of spicy floral floral scent, and that's gorgeous. Oh, and then our second bottle is going to be something else kind of fruity. We have some elderberries, and then the label looks much the same. And then inside we have some dried berries, and that smells like some really rich jam. That smells delicious. All of these I'm going to look up in my free time what they are, but it's just because I'm going through them so quickly. I'm not going to look up every single purpose for every single item. Oh, actually, I'm going to put the feather out so I can decorate the edge of our screen for a bit. And our final little jar of herbs is lavender. So that's another one that I love the smell of lavender. I love having like plushies and stuff that have lavender in them to help you sleep. But like I said, I know that lavender can be used both psychologically and in witchcraft to help with sleep and good slumber, and with the witchcraft side of things, pleasant dreams. So that's always useful. And I'm also noticing that I don't know for sure if that was planned or not, but all three of our little vials are things that, in addition to adding to spells for various reasons, you could probably add those to a very nice tea as well for different effects. Oh, that is super cute. Okay, so next we have one of these sparkly little plastic bags, and we have a little spoon in it. So let's open that up and take a closer look. Altar spoons have always been super cute to me. So we have an altar spoon with a gem on the end. Ooh, that's very pointy. You could definitely hurt someone with that if you're not careful. But yeah, we have a nice little gem on the end, kind of looks like a scepter. And the handle is kind of like some sort of like stick or vine. And then we go all the way to the bottom. And we have, looks like some flowers. And it's kind of a copper spoon. So it's very pretty. I'll definitely be adding that to my altar. And then next up, okay, I have another one of these foil packages, but it was face down. So I'm going to hold it face down and flip it over on camera. And it is, ooh, okay, so it's a little stone. So I'll rip that open and see what the label behind it says. I think it says, oh, moss agate. So that is a gorgeous stone. It's polished, but it has a few imperfections, which, in my opinion, just make it even more gorgeous, because it makes it feel like something that you got sent from a fellow witch rather than from a store. I mean, maybe with stones like this, the store will sell them when they're a little bit imperfect, but you know how stores can be. Sometimes they don't want to sell things that aren't completely perfect. So I always think it has a little bit of extra charm when when I do receive something that has some kind of just small imperfection that doesn't affect its ability to be used, just kind of makes it unique. And yeah, the label just says moss agate, and it has some mushrooms on it. I was hoping that maybe it had a little bit of information on it, but yeah, I don't know off the top of my head what moss agate does, and I'm gonna stick to my guns with not researching every single item. So you can look up on your own time what moss agate does. I will definitely be doing that once this video is over. But I love the pattern on this. It definitely looks mossy. You can definitely see how it got its name. I'd be really interested in actually doing research on the scientific side of things too, to see how moss agate forms, to see how it gets that nice pattern. Ooh. And then our next item is something on the bigger side. It's wrapped in some really pretty black tissue paper with stars and just moons and stuff on it. And then we also have this cute little wax seal with a cat in the moon on it, and that's on some kind of copper colored wax, and it's all tied together with what's the word? Twine. Yeah, it's all tied together with twine to make it look nice. And I don't want to damage the seal, so I'm just going to carefully peel that away. It would have been nice if getting a real wax seal is definitely fancy and nice, and I appreciate it, but at the same time, it also would have been possibly nice to get a fake wax seal, just because that way I could have unwrapped this without damaging the paper. But pulling that away, and then unwrapping the paper. Ooh, cute. So, oh, okay, we got another piece that came out. I didn't see, but it looks like we have a like a kind of mother goddess sort of I'm trying to find the word. Like a mother goddess tree motif, kind of mixing in the tree of life altar shelf. So in the middle, like I said, there's like a goddess shape mixed with a tree of life shape, and then on the ends we have two crescent moons with the moon phases in it, creating a triple moon pattern that I believe is associated with Hecate, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check that. And then we have these nice little shelves that I'm assuming are just going to click into place to hold our shelf up once I can figure out the proper alignment for them. There we go. And then our shelf. It's a little difficult to slot. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now that it's slotted together, I'm sure that'll be very sturdy since it was so hard to get going. But I can put a little statue or some stones or something on that and hang it above my altar. And then on the back, we have these two triangular brackets to hang to the wall. So that'll be very, very useful. Definitely look gorgeous on my altar. Okay, then we have another one of these foil packets. And it is going to be... Ooh, okay, looks like maybe more stones. I can't see the label on this one, but these actually feel kind of soft. I'm not sure if they're stones or some kind of like dried material. Yeah, these feel more nature than stone, if that makes sense. Oh, they're mojo beans. That's interesting. So it says, used to grant wishes, used in mojo bags. I've never actually heard of these before. So they look like some big dried beans. And they're used to grant wishes. So it looks like I got 3 wishes that I can use. And I'm not sure. And I can, based on just context, I've heard the word mojo. I can guess what a mojo bag is. But like I said, this is my first time actually hearing about those. So that'll be very interesting. That's something else for me to study in my free time after the video is over. And then we have another packet. And then this one contains, ooh, a chakra wand. So that's cool. I have a selenite wand, but it doesn't have the other colored stones on it. I haven't really studied chakra that much. Until relatively recently, was under the impression that it was a closed practice, but I've been hearing people say that it might not be, so that's something I'm actually in the process of researching right now. But regardless, this is a gorgeous little wand. So we have a stick of selenite, and then there's some wire wrapped around it, and then we have some different stones on it. I believe this is amethyst. I think maybe this is carnelian and quartz. I don't know 100% what every one of them is. A lot of them look familiar, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is definitely something that will be very pretty on my altar, very useful. I'll have to keep that safe. Maybe I can have that on one side of my altar, and then the actual selenite stick the bigger selenite stick that I use for charging my crystals, I can either keep on my altar on the other side for balance, or I can put it in the windowsill now that I have another piece of selenite for my altar itself. And then our next little packet is, ooh, okay, so this is exciting for me. So we have a big piece of labradorite. And I don't know, I haven't used a lot of labradorite and like spells and stuff, but I just kind of personally like labradorite just because I used to have a Labrador retriever, so every time I see labradorite, I think about her. But yeah, we have a nice piece of labradorite that is polished on one side and then is more rough on the other side, and it's a beautiful black stone with some lighter grayish streaks in it, and I think that is beautiful. It's probably one of my largest stones that I have, so I will put that in a very prominent place on my altar because I think that that is a gorgeous, gorgeous stone, and I'm so excited to have gotten that. And then our next package, I'm intentionally not looking at them now just because I think that flipping them over is kind of fun. So our next packet we have, ooh, it's another really big, looks like an unpolished stone, and it's sitting on top of the label. Oh, and I haven't been highlighting what the labels were, I just realized, but the chakra wand, we had kind of a moon with some flowers in front of it. The labradorite, we had a raven on top of some grimoires and some candles, which just makes me love it even more because I love that whole motif. That's very similar to a tattoo that I've been considering getting. That one I took the note out. And I forgot to look what was on the mojo beans, but ooh, okay. So this one is another. This label's another one that's on the raven on the grimoires, but it is an unpolished ruby. So that's beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen an unpolished ruby before, so I'm really interested in taking a close look at it. So it's kind of glittery in this state, and has a lot of little holes in it, like a sponge. So that is gorgeous. Honestly, there's a part of me that kind of likes the unpolished ruby better than any polished ruby I've seen, just because I don't see stuff like this very often. So it has like a very unique look to it. So like I said with the moss agate, I love little imperfections that just add character to things, don't take away their ability to be used. So yeah, although I love my polished stones, getting some really, really pretty and neat looking unpolished stones always makes me excited. And then I'm not sure if we have any, I don't think we have any more packets, but they might be underneath. We do have a lot of these little packets in the paper. So then we have that same black wrapping paper with the moons on it. And then this wax seal looks like a little fairy. So, oh, I'm getting debris. This might be some kind of plant. Like I said, I'm getting debris when yeah, as I'm pulling the seal away, I can see some stems. So just because I don't want to cut the twine, I'm just going to pull that away carefully and hope I don't make too much of a mess. And I'm going to keep this in the paper just so that hopefully it keeps it from falling all over the place. Oh, but oh, that scent. So we got a bundle now of lavender. So we have this little lavender seeds in the bottle, and then we have a whole I just used the word. Why am I forgetting it now? We have a whole bundle of lavender now, so that's gorgeous. It is dropping a lot of debris, so I'm going to have to find some way to store this to prevent mess, but it smells beautiful. However I end up storing this, I'm definitely going to try to store it in a way that it's still open to the air and spreading that lavender scent without me having to pick up little lavender buds all the time. But yeah, another very exciting item for me. Lay that right there on top of the feather. Okay, and then this one has a label on it. So now we have some patchouli incense, and it has another one of those fairy on a moon word wax seals. So pull that away, and I can be a little more messy now and I don't think the incense is going to make a mess on my bed. But yeah, I'm not caring as much about the paper now, I guess. Okay, there we go. Oh, and it's wrapped in twine. That's useful. So, okay, that is a very strong patchouli scent. It is beautiful. And these incense sticks are interesting because I'm not 100% sure how well you're going to be able to see them on the camera, but in real life, they have a slightly blue tint to them, which I haven't seen before, I don't think. I mean, I have seen colored incense sticks, but for the most part, most of the incense I buy is more on the black side, maybe kind of grayish. So whether I'm just seeing things or if they're actually colored a little bit. I think that's super cool. I'm definitely going to treasure these because I don't know where to get blue incense again. So I'll probably use those for very special occasions or whatever you can use patchouli for in spells. They'll probably be saved for that most of the time. But moving on to our next little package. Oh, this one is a little loose. And, oh. Okay, and the wax seal's another little fairy. Oh, this is kind of soft. That's probably why it came a little loose. Ooh, it's a piece of fabric. I kind of wish I would have reached in and opened this first, because this probably would have made a good background. But unfolding it. Ooh. So we have a very gorgeous altar cloth, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have this all on camera, but I'll show as much of it as I can. So in the direct center, we have the triple moon pattern again. And then around the edges, we have these beautiful roses in the center with some green and pink vines. Or maybe those are buds. They look kind of like leaves to me, but they could be buds. And then in the corners, we have white roses. So that is very nice. I'm not going to put that on top of all my other items now, but I will stop the video to lay that out before the outro. And our next item is kind of heavy. Ooh, kind of feels like some kind of earthenware, I think the right word is. And that's another fairy wax seal. Oh, all right. And then we have a little incense burner to use for our incense. I believe this is no, I don't think it's a lotus. Lotus came to my head, but now I'm second guessing myself. But it is some kind of flower or leafy pattern, kind of like a lily pad. And then there's a bud in the middle where you can stick the incense, and it is gorgeous. I have a lot of incense dishes, but I think this one will be very nice because the holder for the incense is a lot taller, so it probably is going to hold the incense a lot straighter, hopefully. Yeah, it's a little loose, but it definitely holds the incense a little straighter than what I'm used to. And then the dish itself is probably going to be very useful for actually catching the ashes afterwards, which is always an issue. So yeah, very, very useful. Can always use more little dishes for my incense. And then this one feels very interesting. It's not hard exactly, but it's not soft either. And okay, that's fairy wax seal again. Oh, I got damaged that one, so it's a good thing that we got a lot of those. Ooh. All right, so now we have I think it's pronounced a besom. It's a little altar broom, and it has some stones on it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's an unpolished ruby, but it's some kind of red stone. And then we have a red and white stone in the middle, and a darker stone that I'm not sure what color that is. Depending on how I move it, it looks different. So I think amethysts are lighter, but it does have a kind of purplish tint to it. And then right on top, it is a clear stone, potentially a quartz, but yeah, that is gorgeous. The handle looks like it has gold paint on it. And then the stone on the broom itself is held on with what looks like some black wax. So I have a besom of my own already, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about another one. This one is very cute. That will be going on my altar as well, along with everything else. And, okay. Oh, okay, we do have a couple more packets. And we're getting down to the smaller things, so I'm just looking at the box a little more carefully. Ooh. Alright, so I have another bracelet. And this one, or I had another bracelet because I obviously wear a lot of like witchy and just fun bracelets. So I have another bracelet that I can add to my wrist. And this one is good for travel, it looks like. It has clear quartz, will help keep your energy levels balanced and amplify the intentions of its companion crystals. And then tiger's eye promotes courage when exploring new places and patience, which is helpful when traveling. And smoky quartz is a wonderful crystal for absorbing negative energy and can bring a sense of calmness if you're feeling unsure of your surroundings. So that will be very, very useful. I'm actually going to add, hopefully I can add that to my wrist right now. It's a little small, so I'm hoping I don't break it. Okay, I'm not going to add it to my wrist now just because I'm afraid of, like, if I'm not careful. Oh. Yeah, I can't get that to move out more. Oh, okay, there we go. I got it to move. So I'm just going to stick the bead in my teeth quick to tighten it. And I have another little cute bracelet. Just gonna start wearing that right now, because even if I'm not traveling very much, I do walk to and from work, so it's always nice to have a little magic assistance. And shoot, okay. And while I was digging, I realized that we do have a note that says, "Thank you so much for supporting my shop. Many blessings, Casey." And there's a heart on it, and a star and a moon. And it's on some fun paper, like the scratchy paper that you use to make art, where it's black, and then when you scratch it, it's more rainbow underneath. So that's very cute. Definitely a very unique thank you card. But ooh, I'm very happy because we got some free gifts, and it looks like they include stickers. So just gonna pour them out into my hand and hope I don't drop anything. So first we have a cute little pin that I can add to my collection that it looks like some kind of like hat with a face on it. So kind of like the sorting hat from Harry Potter, but I don't think it is. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, and that has some flowers around it, and underneath a little kitty's peeking out. So that's very cute. And we also have a little bead, or I guess not. I guess it's not a bead since there's not a hole in the middle, but a little crystal sphere. It's kind of greenish. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I will be looking up different like light green crystals after the video is over so I can find out. And then we did get quite a few stickers. We got a dream catcher. We got some cute little ghosts around some mushrooms, which I absolutely love. I love ghosts and mushrooms. That's right up my alley aesthetic-wise. Yay! And then we also got a bigger than what was on the label kitty tarot sticker. It is the King of Swords, and there's a little kitty wearing a crown with a sword. So that makes me very happy. And if I am not mistaken, oh, found another piece of lavender that fell out. If I'm not mistaken, we are down to our last item, and this one is probably the one I was most excited about preparing for this video, because one of the reasons I picked this box specifically was because I wanted a box that came with a tarot deck, and that is what this is going to be. So I don't know what I'm going to get. It's some kind of mystery tarot deck. Ooh, it is the Magic Witch tarot deck, or possibly Oracle deck. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's an actual tarot deck. So let's open it up and take a look at the cards. Okay, so this is a more simple deck. It's pretty straightforward. Doesn't have any like super fancy illustrations like I've seen on some decks, but they are very nice. It's very clear what's on them. I'm sure that these would probably be pretty good for a beginner learning tarot, because with the more simple illustrations, it's probably easier to see the core symbolism that helps you learn the meanings of the cards. So this is definitely a lot different than other decks I've had. So this will be, I'll probably make a nice little bag for these to store them in, and they will be placed on a place of prominence with the other tarot decks in my collection. But yeah, super happy with that. Oh, and I just realized I was opening the box upside down, but I mean, as long as I can get them back in the box again, no harm, no foul. But yeah, I'm super excited to have received that, and I'm super excited with all of my other gifts. This is definitely a box that I would consider repurchasing in the future, just because just looking over everything, I had so much fun opening it. All the items are super fun and cute and useful. And yeah, now we're gonna go to the outro. And then here we have a bit of a more organized view of our items all together, not counting my bracelet, of course. And yeah, please go check out all the star things on Etsy. Give them some love. I'm sure that if you buy one of their mystery boxes, you'll be just as pleased as I was. Looks like they put a lot of love into these boxes, and they're definitely exciting, whether you're a new witch just getting started and using the box to get your altar set up, or if you're a more experienced witch who's just looking for some fun things to add in your practice, maybe replace some older items, or anyone in between, regardless of where you are in your practice. Regardless, I hope that you had a fun day today and that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you have many, many successful spells in the coming week, and that you get everything that you ask for from the universe. And I hope I get to see you again soon.